live. Larry, thank you. I gotta be saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Why? Because of all the stuff that you're doing on this event, that is something that is needed for a long time. I've got a lot of friends that are trainers like Brandon from the Jim Ellis group, and the list goes on. That integration is so important, especially while it happened with COVID. A lot of virtuals came out, and I had a big virtual show with 3 or 4 virtual BDCs that they do a great job. Like Greg Wells, amazing. Let's not forget about Wendy. She's amazing. And that at that time, it was Clubhouse and it was all this, but also as the evolution went in, we saw a big change with integration because it wasn't in the dealership as much. So I'm glad that you're doing this to refresh everybody's mind how it was at one time. I'm so blessed that I know Tom Stuker, that when he started the phone rooms that put salespeople in there, didn't really pan out, but then he put the whole thing. He was the best at this. So I'm going to let you speak about this major event that you're having.
Well, thank you so much, Richie. We're going to be at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay, Thursday, May 22nd. It's going to revolve around how sales and BDC can thrive and coexist. It's interesting. I've been a dealer. I've been a general manager. Obviously, I've owned my recruiting and training company for 13 years. But it's frightening how many things haven't changed that should have changed. You still see a lot of tension between sales and BDC when they should have a symbiotic relationship. But you still hear it. Why'd you bring that guy in? Well, maybe to help you sell a car or put somebody in front of you that you could make contact with. And a lot of BDC people feel they're not getting the support from sales. Maybe some product knowledge, maybe a dual pump up. All we want to do is show how much better both departments can be if they work together. I'm working with Sean Armour. He's a Canadian, tremendous BDC trainer, and just a tremendous guy. He's bringing his son, Mason, who's a real joy to be around. I'm going to speak. He's going to speak. We're going to speak together. And the whole point is to show you how to be more successful in sales, how to be more successful in BDC. And again, what would happen if these two departments coexist? Richie, you've been around forever. Imagine if we could get variable and fixed ops to work together. But everybody knows about that and they address it. How can we not address? Listen, the top sales guys all have a system. You have it, I have it, to get people in, repeat, referral, that kind of thing. But what salesperson wouldn't like to have people that are dedicated to making appointments for them? That's what the BDC is to sales. And yet again, tension exists that shouldn't be there. This should be, man, the gears should all turn. Everybody should be successful. And that's what we're going to do. And again, it's Thursday, May 22nd at the Grand Hyatt Tampa Bay. Weather's going to be beautiful. We're serving a great lunch. And more importantly, we're going to show people how to be successful. By the way, and this is never to be underestimated, we're going to have a lot of fun. Because I'm kind of old school. I think if you're not going to have fun, why show up?
We always have fun when Larry's around.
Well, thank you, sir.
Larry, I'm going to be, pretty straight up here. When I met you, I always knew you from social media, but I never had the time to meet you. So then I reached out to you, this, that. I forgot why it was. Oh, because of training, this, that, recruitment. So we have a company that's not automotive that needs to recruit. And actually, they're probably watching us now because I told them. And we're pretty close to wrapping up this deal. It's in the financial industry, and they need people. They need, it's a whole different thing that the older folks retired. That's a business that when people get in it, they stay in it because of the money they make, right? But it changed a lot, this business, right? And we reached out to you. And then from there, I realized the value you have. So it's like this, right? This event you're having, when value is high, like it is with this event, price doesn't matter, right? The value is so high here because it is one of a problem that there is. So this event came up with a solution. Bang. So that brought up the value up. And that value grows and grows and grows. Now prices become an issue. Only time price becomes an issue is when value is not higher than price. Then it becomes an issue, right?
Right.
You say, how much is this? And you tell somebody $30,000 for my service, right? 30 grand. Okay, well, where's the value? Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Where is the value? Where is my ROI?
Rich, we're under $300, and the reason it's priced so reasonably is I was training in Canada, and Sean Armour flew across the country. It'd be the equivalent of flying from Philadelphia to Los Angeles,
right,
to see me train with his son Mason, and we just got along so well that we went to dinner that night, and he said, "I would love to do an event with you," and that was years ago, and I just started thinking about it a month or two ago and said, the guy's great. He brings tremendous value. We both agree that sales and BDC can and should work together. And that's how it all came to pass. But I think the reason people will derive so much value from this is we care about what we're doing. This isn't a situation where we're showing up, send us a check, and we're dialing it in. This is going to be passionate. This is going to be two people that care about what they're doing and care about the people they're doing it for and with, and really going to show them how to light a fire in people. It's not complicated. The things that we're doing wrong, we've probably done wrong forever, and they're easily correctable. Richie, you're going to laugh at this because you're more old school than I am, and I'm pretty darn old school. I just had two good classes of people. One in Pennsylvania and one in Texas. And I went around the room and said, what do you say to the guy that says, I only have 10 minutes. I got to go watch my son play ball. And I'm still getting, I can do it in 10 minutes, or when can you come back? When the answer is obviously, what does your son play? What does your daughter play? If we don't teach people to build rapport, we're dead. And building rapport doesn't just mean you charm your customers. You got to charm the people you work with. Because, it's a cliche, but it's true. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. If you're a fabulous salesperson and there's something wrong with the detail department and they can't get the car ready, maybe by tomorrow the person changed their mind.
Well, I got to say something about that a minute. So here's what it is, right? So a fabulous salesperson is, in my eyes, only my perception, is a salesperson that starts everything with enough. So we do this campaign. We do email marketing, right? For a lot of different folks. Then we do the phones. But then we do this. Okay, what is that? That's the road. Okay. You've seen us post a lot of younger guys that we have out there, the sales guys. Like, for an example, take this. This is a perfect thing for a BDC. This is Helms Technology. So we go on the road with this. And when a dealer tells us, I'm only going to give you 5 minutes, you're not for us. Let's make an appointment because this is going to take us half an hour because this is going to give you an ROI. I can show you something that's going to give you an ROI in 5 minutes. But I could show you something that has value in your dealership that's going to blow you up and it's going to increase your ROI. Is it going to blow you up to 50%? No. Could it increase it 3 or 4%? Yes. But why?
But wait a minute, Richie. 3 or 4% is pretty huge when you consider the gross / net of dealerships.
Right. And then we have this that we go on the road to, which is the VIN retention report. So this is followed up with analytics, right, of your inventory and your retention. Okay. So that's how we do it. We just don't do email marketing. We get on the phones, and as well as Larry, the phone calls I made through the CRM, so you see everything there, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then we go on the road, Okay. Richie Bello never puts where he's at, airplanes, none of that stuff. I don't like to check in anywhere. Reason. I'm a data guy. Now, social media is targeting me. I'm not interested in getting targeted, and they're using my data. Somebody hacks me, and now they know where I'm at. I don't think so. I'm not interested. I don't have to do that. There's no reason to do that. The only reason to do that is to alert hackers, which I'm not too good at. So mum's the word, but that's how I sell stuff. This is how I sell my stuff. This is how I sell companies that I do email marketing for all the time. That's how I do it. I don't have to tell an audience how I do stuff. I just do it. And I mind my own business and I keep quiet. You have such a great event that actually all the products that we have, like Helps Technology, which is a game changer product. Game changer. It takes your previous customers and it makes your BDC busy. Now it's much easier, the integration with your BDC as a fresh customer that's never bought a car from you. So it starts going great with that. This event is a game changer with what's going on in the market today. What is going on in the market? Let's talk about that. With third-party leads not happening, we're concentrating more on your DMS and your CDP. So who do you need for that? You need your BDC. The BDCs are the managers that actually get this Helms Technology. Helms Technology is one of the biggest game changers platform that's out there. Okay, they're in the automotive sector, but they're in different industries, and that's what I like about them, Larry, that they are in the technology business for different businesses. CDPs, customer data platforms, been around a long time. Now it's getting into the car business, and this event that you're putting together is what's needed because companies like this company, Full Path, this one, all these companies have massive stores. And where is the problem? In that integration of BDC into sales. So it was like you had a crystal ball. And I have to tell you, congratulations to that. It's going to be a game changer of an event because it's something that with customer data platforms is needed.
We're also going to spend a good amount of time talking about follow-up and prospecting. It's something in 2025 we shouldn't have to discuss, but we still have to, because for some reason, even though the stats are readily available, if you're a superstar, what are you going to close? 15% of strangers walking in the door? But with repeat and referral, you can close as high as 55%. And if there's an inducement, a referral fee, as high as 70. So I'm just not quite sure I understand why people would want to settle for 10%, 8%, 12% close when they can have a 50, 60, 70% close. And again, how much better is it to have someone helping you set appointments if you're working with them, if you're nurturing with them, if you're sharing information? I mean, just imagine an environment where people say, hey, I might have a great lead for you. Perfect. What can I do to help with that? Hey, I'm working some customers, potential customers, and I'm a little shaky on this product knowledge. Great. Let me help you. You know, when people cooperate, what do you get? You get cooperation. You're just conjugating the verb there.
That's great. And, you know, Larry, the Institute here, Richie Bello Institute. So one of the admins didn't realize that, and he posted this information there. But let me tell you why they posted it through the Institute. We're at the Institute, we get donations, right? At one time, we started the Institute to train veterans and put them into the workforce. We did a little bit of it before COVID. The Institute's been around since 2016. We did it locally in Arizona. But a lot of dealers, I don't know, maybe they didn't like a nonprofit, or maybe they didn't like me, or maybe they didn't like the people that were training. Who knows? So that worked, but it didn't really work. So we're announcing after this event that the Institute has become a funding platform. So any vet that goes to SBA and gets 50% like they always do, that's part of the deal. You need 100 grand, you're a vet, they approve you. Instead of 100, you get 50,000. Okay. With our resources that we have, and they'll be in the next few weeks talking about it, the Institute is going to get the veterans and give them the other 50% at the same rate as the SBA. As long as they're approved by the SBA, no problem. So that being said, we have this available donations there that we want to get rid of. So as of today, we have 10 tickets that we're giving away through the Institute to dealers when we get to Tampa. My guys that are on the ground there already are alerted, and the vets are going to go out to store too, some with me and some without me, and they're giving this. That's part of the Institute.
The only thing better than making your BDC and sales department better is helping the veterans of our country.
Right.
The lack of gratitude that's sometimes evident in how we look at people that defend our very right to exist and to enjoy the freedoms we do is a disgrace. Anything anybody can do to help veterans, and Richie's been doing it for a very long time. That's doing God's work.
Yeah, and Wendy has been there for me, backing me up with this veteran. She lives in Arizona. When she helped me out a lot. I have a lot of people that I'm about to put on a press release of acknowledgement, but the new thing that we're doing with the vets is giving them funding that they so much need through our funding partners, okay? Whether it's venture capital or business loans, through our funding for veterans business. Any veteran that has a business has the availability of business funding. Any veteran that gets an SBA, also we match them whatever they need. Because the worst thing when you need money is for you to get only half of it, and then you go through it and you go out of business and you got problems, right? So that being said, Larry, that's what we're doing with your event. Richie Bello Institute of Leadership and Management nonprofit is going to give tickets away. And we're going to pay for that event because that's from donations.
That's a beautiful thing, Richie, and much appreciated. Both
Thank
from myself,
we appreciate it.
and the veterans, of course.
We appreciate it because in the Orlando area, which is not that far away from you, that area has 3 dealerships that are groups, and they have a lot of vets. As you saw the text that I copied you on, that dealership is loaded with veterans. As a matter of fact, while COVID, I did a live show there about the vets, that it's very veteran friendly. So we did a live show in 2019, and that was in April in Orlando. So we're excited about this a lot. And a shout out to headquarters, Honda headquarters, which is it's owned by a Cuban gentleman, and they're very big with BDC and training and all that. And another shout out to Anthony Angola, that he was in that store a couple of years ago, back while COVID rocked. I mean, the process that he put there together was great job. He's an unbelievable human being. Great job. He did a great job over there. So, Larry, we're excited about this, and we've been excited for weeks. And we thank you. And let's make this, fill up this event ASAP. So
excellent. And thank you for the great work you've been doing and continue to do with our veterans, Richie.
Thank you so much. We're really blessed that we have the wealth. And I mean wealth, I mean by health. Okay. That's my wealth. My wealth is not money. My wealth is that I'm healthy. That's my wealth. And my other wealth is that I have such a great team and great contacts. Not money. Money is not my wealth at all because I don't have like what I want to have, not me. And that's my wealth, my health. My health is first, and second are my contacts.
Excellent. Looking forward to seeing you in Tampa, Richie.
Me too. I'm looking forward to seeing you. God bless you, Larry. And thanks a lot for being part of our life. We appreciate you.
Feelings mutual, sir.
Thank you. Take care and have a blessed day.
You too, sir.